Thank you for coming. Thank you for being there. And I'd like to welcome you to the session, which is not only for novices, even advanced users should take something from it. So let's look how it works. My name is Thomas Baumann. I am from ACP, located in Hamburg, and we are SUSE business partners and doing the stuff around Linux and the Kubernetes and so on. And what are we talking about right now? We're talking about how to get a quick start with the upcoming container technologies. So the Ranger Kubernetes engine, and why it is important to have persistent storage. As you know, containers are ephemeral, so if you restart it, everything's gone and it is built again. Then let's come with automation to the deployment and to give you some takeaways. So hopefully you have heard from the Ranger Kubernetes engine, started with RKE 1 and then it was extended to the RKE 2 for the stable, and also the Key 3S stack is there for lightweight Kubernetes. It is a unified multi-cluster deployment and management. And yeah, you do not need extensive preparation. So you do not need to install any Docker environments or what else. You can just start with this. And to show how you can install it simply, but you have to take things in account by installation. And that's why we are here, to get you insights to get started. And also, it is 100% open source. So if you do not like anything in that software, you are free to extend it. So, which are the requirements? So you go to the website for the RKE, you look for the latest release notes. I know the current version is 1.30, but just for example, we do not take the latest. And it is really easy for the installation. You export the version you want, then you get it, and you trust, of course, because what you get, you trust, and you give it to a shell, which installs on the control node, the system which starts everything, the control pane. And after installation, you get a node token. Because, of course, you can start with a single node cluster. But as a cluster is a cluster, you need more than one node. So how do you want to get in the other nodes? Even that is easy. So you say, I'd like to get that version. And you point to the installed server right now, put in the token, and say, I am going to install the agent. And again, the same command, but with other environment variables, and you can start it. While starting the RKE2 agent, it automatically connects using that file to the installed cluster server, to the installed control node, and gets up. That's it. You have a running Kubernetes cluster. But that's not all. If you deploy applications within your cluster, and you do not have anything like persistent storage, you will deploy, you will push into data, and when you restart the pods, you will get from forward again. So you need to have persistent storage, and if anything fails, the cluster should remain. And that is why we have the persistent storage on it. So looking at that, you have a volume claim, which is from the pods, and then you get the persistent volumes to your installed instances. You have the Kubernetes control plane. You have, of course, the load balancer for the nodes, and you have the different physical nodes. And now takes place the Longhorn. And SUSE gives with the Longhorn a very capable, high available, and easy to maintain storage solution. So you have a dashboard like that, and you see you have different nodes and you have the storage in it, and you can all manage that within the cluster. And even that we can install with automatic technologies in that course today. So we have the integration, we have the dynamic provisioning, we have a user-friendly management. And of course we have some capabilities which you always want to have, to make snapshots, to make backups, to make exports to even S3 storage. And all that is capability of Longhorn. So having that RKE, we need to have the network storage, we have the persistent volumes, we have the persistent volume claims. So a Kubernetes application needs to claim a storage which is automatically provisioned by the Longhorn, and you can use that physical volume. And now we want to go in a demo. So let's look how it would work. We'll see. So if we go to the demo, we have, what we need. What did we say? We need one node for the control node, the so-called master. And then we deploy worker nodes. And all of them use the Longhorn storage. So what we are going to get is somewhat like that. So if you install it, you get that Longhorn with the nodes and the storage and the volumes which can deploy it to the containers and which are highly available. And on the other hand, we have that Proxmox environment with virtual machines provisioned with SUSE Enterprise Linux. Of course, some space issues may occur, but no problem at all. Even if it is a virtual environment, you can extend that. And now we are going to start from scratch. So I'd like to stop the node for the master. You see, now it is getting stopped. And it is being decommissioned because we want to start over. And yeah, our dashboard with the Kubernetes with the Longhorn is gone as well. But I don't mind. Oops, is everything fine? So we are just going to run to create new machines. We start, you find, is our virtual machine existing, and we are deploying a new, we're making a clone from a template. And you see, here's the virtual machine, and that virtual machine is automatically being started. You see, here is a lib, and we're deploying the next. Starting over again, and the next, and the next. Now we're doing that not until tomorrow. Okay. So actually, this one is to become our master node, our control node. And you see, from the file system and the resources, we are rather fine. So we have some space in var, we have space in the root, and now we are going to install the RKE on the master. So what are we going to install? We're changing the file system. You see, now we have some more space because our ranger needs some more space. Everything is placed by default in the varlib ranger. And if you do not care about that, you're going to start your Kubernetes cluster and you're wondering why it does not really start. You get some crash loop backoffs or whatever messages, and that is, as always, in case of having too less space. You see, during the installation, the space is being filled up. And the cool thing is, using that Ansible, we can see we are going to install on the master topics, and we are going to skip on the workers. And you see, here are the containers which are setting up, and we get that token which we need for install the others. So, what about our cluster? Our cluster is consisting of one node, which is being in the status ready. It is not ready right now because still things are running. Yeah. Still are processes being spawned. Containers are being created. And of course, this takes some time. We are ready. So, how to get the others in? Just do the magic. Of course. You see, some magic does not work. No problem at all. Let's fix it. Sorry about that. Yeah, we are fine. If you say use a file system which is less than the needed size, it would not work. So it was going to fail. I adjusted it to have the right size. And yeah, we have everything we need. We have the directories. We have that file which we need to connect. And now the agent, as stated before, is being started and is going to connect to the master. The cool thing using Ansible is you're doing that all in the same time on every node. So you see, all the new 3 are not ready right now, of course. But they are going to go ready. And even there, the agent, of course, takes some time to connect. And hopefully, in a few minutes, we are ready. So, what do we have right now? We have that control node. And we have that control node. Okay, so this is ready. Okay, we have that worker. Cool. We have that worker. Perfect. What about this? Ha! Ready. That's good. So now we're going to start. And the Kubernetes package management is based on Helm. And therefore, we need to install Helm. And we want to install that only on that master node. And we only want to install Cert Manager if it is not installed. So that is where we check if it is installed. And as it is not installed, we will install it. You see? The magic occurs again. So, services occur. And yes, the installation of Rancher, the management of the Kubernetes, is being installed automatically as well. So you use the Helm to get it and to install it and to maintain it. And hopefully, happy containering, it will be here in a few minutes as well. Yes, we have to wait for the deployment. And if we look at that kubectl get deployments. Hey, where's my kubectl? We see it is in deployment state. Why it is? We have 0 of 3 not ready. So we need to get all that available due to the replication mechanisms. And again, the cool thing, using that Ansible, we can look for if it comes or if it comes not. Sometimes it comes not. But now we are available. So here we are fine to get started with our first Kubernetes application, the Ranger. Now, what about the Longhorn? Again, we get some things more. And of course, for our Longhorn, we need some storage. Normally, you use in the Longhorn a current file system, XFS or extended 4. And you make that available for all Longhorn nodes within the cluster. So, the installation is being prepared. Yeah. You need some storage policies, and then you run the installation. Here we have the webhook. Here we have the services and the Longhorn front end. But currently, this front end is not available from the outside because it has only the internal cluster IP. And therefore, we need to expose this using a technique named node port. And as you see, even that is possible using the magic. And if we are fine, we get... No, of course, not our volume test, because everything was gone. New deployment, new dashboard, but we have our 4 nodes. They are all schedulable. They are all ready. And if we say we're going to go to, say, a new volume, we can say just a SUSE con volume with many space, 20 gigabytes, and yeah, it is detached. It is ready and it is not available on any node. But as we went for and we were creating that volume to say we have 3 replicas. So you have 1 volume, which is our productive, and we have 3 replicas. And if we attach this to any host, for example, this one, then it is being attached, and everything, including the replicas, are available on any node. Having that, you have everything, and you see within only a few minutes to get started and to get in touch running your own Kubernetes experiences. If any questions, I'm here and hope you enjoyed the demonstration. My name is Thomas from ACP, based in Hamburg. Thank you so much.